Hello and welcome back to PlayStation Access. My name is Dave and I'm joined today by Hollie.
Hello.
And Hollie, I'm extremely jealous because you've been playing Yakuza 0.
Yeah, I have. It's actually my first Yakuza game, like, ever. I've never played Yakuza before.
I haven't played it yet. I've just been watching you play it and I've got to say I'm incredibly jealous. It looks absolutely amazing. You're going to tell us 7 reasons we need to play Yakuza 0.
Yeah.
Starting with... it's a prequel.
Yeah, well, I thought that was a good place to start, right? So if you're like me and you've never played Yakuza before, this feels like the best place to start.
It's the real start.
It's the real start. So it's set in 1988.
Right.
And this game actually originally launched, I believe, in 2005.
Oh, really?
That's when the series started.
Right, okay, got you.
Now, Yakuza 0 came out with PS4 and PS3 in Japan, but this is actually its first time coming to the West.
Yeah, right, which is really exciting, and yeah, it's the actual start of the series in terms of storyline. So it does seem as good a place as ever to jump in. We've jumped to point number 2, which I've got written down as just Japan with lots of exclamation marks after it.
Okay, so this must sound really, really daft because I knew Yakuza was set in Japan. Right?
Of course.
I just knew it was a Japanese game, but I didn't realize how Japanese. Like, it's like perfection.
Yeah.
So it's set in a fictional place in Japan. It's not actually set in a real place in Japan, but it's based around a place called Kabukicho.
Right.
Now, Kabukicho is kind of like the red light district. It's full of neon lights and it's full of host clubs and hostess bars. It's right around the corner from Shinjuku.
Yeah.
But this game is like perfection. It's exactly what Japan is kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw you go into a sort of burger bar and ask for a free smile, and now you're getting given some pocket tissues on the street.
Have you ever been to Japan, Jackson?
I have. I've been lucky enough to go once.
Okay, so you know the pocket tissue thing. Again, they're always handing them out.
Yeah.
It sounds daft, but it's like a little thing like that. These menus, I get hungry even looking at these.
I know. I mean, I really love sort of Japanese culture and stuff, and so it is really cool to have all the food and stuff be Japanese, just everything, everywhere. And the fact that it's some of it's just completely sort of extraneous to the game. It's just fun that you can just go around and enjoy. You don't need to do it, or there's no necessary kind of like story reason or anything to enjoy it. It's just all there for you to explore and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. Speaking of exploring, we've moved on to point number 3, which is that it's open world.
Yeah, and I thought that was, I think, quite interesting because imagine just being able to run around Japan. It's not something everybody can do. Granted, this is 1988 Japan.
Yeah.
And we're not in 1988. But...
well, that makes it even more difficult to do.
Well, exactly. That's why it's even more special. But you really can just run around and explore. So I appreciate to anybody who's watching this that has played Yakuza before. This video is basically cut from the first 6 hours of the game.
Yeah.
So I haven't got a whole lot unlocked, but this is just the starting area, just that you can see. So I thought I'd just give you an idea that you can run around.
Yeah, and there is loads of stuff to do in it. Like we said, and it's not just for the sake of it, and loads of it isn't anything to do with the kind of story. So I think here you're going to go just into a nightclub, and I mean maybe later on in the game this is part of the story, but in this case you just went to a nightclub and had a nice walk around, had a little dance, bought a drink. I think that's just like really cool, and it speaks so much to what Yakuza 0 is sort of like and about, and it's absolutely mad. And just for the sake of it, just because it can be, which I think is really, really cool.
Yeah, and like I said, it just felt like being back in Japan. It makes me really like I'm going back to Japan in April and I can't wait. Now I'm just so desperate to be back in Japan. All because I've played this.
Me too. I mean, I just love this like bit of dialogue where she's just like, "Do you like disco dancing?" He's like, "Yeah, sort of." Here he's in a karaoke bar just getting some fried chicken. Why not? You can do that. It's the open world, which I think is cool.
For anybody listening to this, it's 11:15 when we're recording this in the morning. I haven't had breakfast and I'm starving.
Yeah.
And just seeing karaage.
Suddenly fried chicken's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've moved on to the point number 4, which is I thought it was just a nice segue from the open world, because you're just running around the open world here and you're going to come across something that's quite a big part of Yakuza 0, which is just beating people up
Yeah, no, exactly.
I mean, not just anybody, not just, pedestrians, but there are lots of people in Yakuza 0 to beat up, and beating people up is really, really fun. I love these little intros that they get with their names coming up. So you've come across some men in black.
So Men in Black, and I've destroyed them.
You absolutely tear them apart, I think it's fair to say. I mean, they don't even get a single punch in. I really like these little intros that you get. I've put a little compilation of my favourite ones together. The next one is Yakuza, followed up by Goons, which is a great word. But the best one by far for me is this one, which is Delinquents, who are just hanging about, and they're just looking for a fight, and you certainly give it to them. But yeah, tell us about fighting in Yakuza 0.
Yeah, so the fighting is basically like you can find encounters in the open world as you're running around, a bit like some of the later Final Fantasy games, I suppose, where you can see the enemies.
Yeah.
You then get detected, and you have a chance to either run away, or once they spot you, they'll just chase you until the fight begins.
Yeah.
So once you're in the battle, you can see I'm glowing pink here, and I'm in rush mode.
Right.
But I can use the directional pad to change out of rush mode and into a different mode where I glow blue.
Yeah.
Look at that, Jackson, editing perfection.
I know, I'm so good.
Into Brawler, which is a completely different style. Rush is really quick, Brawler is slow and heavy hitting. You can then use a combination of the different buttons, circle, square, triangle, and X, to perform different combos and finishes.
Yeah, so
those blue bars then are your special ability. Sorry, that's your special ability. And that needs to charge to be able to get into that, like, super mode. I love this bit.
Oh, it's so brutal. It's so brilliantly brutal.
Oh.
Watching this capture back was just all of these wonderful moments, just amazing things. I like that there's some just a few quick time events as well, but they're really, really fun and brutal again, just really, really brutal.
It's actually really satisfying to play.
Yeah.
But the idea is, this guy destroyed me.
Yeah, he was tricky.
But the idea is, there are loads of different bonuses. So depending on what you do in the battle and how you finish the battle, then depends on the bonus money you get. And obviously this is how you earn money, is through fighting. So you need to be fighting people when you are running around the open worlds.
Yeah.
To be able to get that money, to be able to do things with it.
It's the way to get money, and it's also quite contextual. There's a lot of weapons. You didn't use too many weapons, but I've seen them around. They have little blue arrows above them that you can pick up and use, or if you're nearby. I mean, this is the finisher I wanted in the men's toilets. I wanted to push that man's face into the urinal, and that's not enough. That's not enough. I'm not satisfied yet. I want to throw him against the window and kick him so hard in the face that I go out the window.
It's beautiful.
That's exactly what I wanted, and I got it. I think that is amazing. I'm so jealous that you got to do that. So that leads on to point number 5, which is RPG elements, and I think the money is important in this, right?
Yes, so the game still has like a skill tree and an unlock tree, and that's really how you level up your character. So this is what you have here. We have one for Brutal and we have one for Rush. I'm actually unlocking more health here, but you use the money to upgrade your skill tree.
Right.
So if you're not fighting, you're not earning money, well, you're not going to be able to level up your character. You can unlock new moves, which help the combos. You can unlock new finishers, and then you can obviously unlock more health and stat increases.
So it's quite cool, actually, because money is sort of XP at the same time. I guess, like, you can spend that money on things in the world, or you can save it up and spend it on abilities. Is that right?
Yeah. That's XP is a really good way of thinking about it, because there is no real XP unlock. So it's money. You need money.
And there's a couple of ways that you found to make extra money, right? Which we've got just at the end of this bit, which is Mr. Shakedown, which I'm a massive fan of, and also, is it just sort of like gambling on fighting?
Yes, you can do some gambling on fighting, which we've done here. So basically, this I didn't actually do because it all sounded really complicated.
Yeah.
But Mr. Shakedown, he is just sort of around on the world map, and other areas have other Mr. Shakedowns. If he spots you, run.
Right.
He is super, super difficult to beat, and every punch he puts on you, you lose money, and if he kills you, he takes all of your money.
Oh man. Okay, so but
if you kill him,
then you reclaim all the money he's stolen from you. And if you think of that as XP, then that's quite a serious kind of prospect, because if you're just about to level up or something, just about to get that ability you want, and he takes all your money, oh, that would hurt. We've moved on anyway to point number 6, which is minigames. And here's a classic minigame, which I found incredibly watchable, actually, which is just...
Oh my god, I'm so good at this.
I mean, you are really good. And this has one less... The claw has one less prong than usual. I'm used to a 3-pronged claw.
Now,
you've done it with 2.
If you've ever been to Japan, again, these machines are so popular in Japan and they're so difficult and they're money sinks. So I had a whale of a time winning everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were also pretty good at karaoke.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
It has been in the past a whole games in its own right. I really love this. I really love that they put the words on the screen as well. So it's not just about pressing buttons. You can actually do the karaoke along with your character. And there's loads of interjections and just like the polite crowd and stuff. It's just amazing.
I literally was sat at home just laughing.
The disco ball.
I laughed the whole way through.
And you got a score. Look, karaoke pro. Not even bad. You might be a karaoke pro, but not so good at dancing.
I sucked.
So
I was so bad at this.
This is in the club that you went into. And just amazing. I just want to be this guy. Look at his moves. But this is like a completely different kind of, I thought it was going to be quite similar to karaoke, but they've put in all kinds of new little twists, which maybe caught you out.
It did.
Because you did get booed off the stage, as we're about to find out.
Yeah, it wasn't cute, was it?
No, it wasn't.
But this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's just there, like in the world.
Exactly, and that's the great thing. Like I said, there's all these kind of mini games that you don't need to take part in at all, really, if you don't want to. They're just really, really fun and build up a sense of the place. We've moved on to the point number 7, which is collectibles. Here's a collectible that you found, just a picture of a nice lady. And side quests.
And there's a trophy.
Yeah, exactly, lovely trophy. And side quests, one of which here is sort of like friendships, I guess, making friends.
Yes.
So you found this police officer who wanted to... He's just... what's he called? Officer Shake... No, that's Mr. Shakedown. Stop and search specialist. And you just wanted to see what you had.
Yeah, he's just a nice guy, just nice doing his job. But the thing the Yakuza game makes really clear is there's loads of these friendships. And by building those friendships, you can trigger different things throughout the game.
Yeah.
And the game just... If you look through the menus, there seems to just be loads of options.
Yeah, we're on to the last bit now, which is my favourite ever side quest, which is just unbelievable. I love this bit where he's like, to producers really at all, like, wear this. So you just came across this just randomly in the street. These guys are a TV crew who needed their producer didn't turn up, and they need someone to produce the show, the shoot. Yeah. So they get you and they dress you up like this. And they kept asking you really kind of like in-depth TV production crew questions. Like, what was this one? Can you get the erasable?
Yeah.
And you had to go to the table and guess what it was.
Yeah. I went with food because erasables are things you consume, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. You did this at school.
I know.
You should know.
And then at the end, you got given a magnetic necklace. It's just like, it's the side quest that keeps on giving. And then after that, the real producer turns up, who's really angry that you've taken his job, and you have a fight. You're both wearing the same clothes. I mean, it's just absolutely mad and brilliant. I really, really wanted to play.
Honestly, when this game came in, I remember just emailing Nathan being like, I think I really want to do something on this because this game is nuts and I can't believe I've never played Yakuza.
Yeah, what do you think?
As a Japanese gamer, how have I never played this?
Do you think off the back of this you're going to look into the, going back into the other Yakuzas?
I hope so. I know they've had a pretty rocky release schedule here in the West, but with Yakuza 0 is now announced for this, and Yakuza 6, if anyone remembers PSX as well, got a Western announcement.
Yeah, that's right.
So this seems like the perfect time to jump in. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that is the end of 7 reasons you need to play Yakuza 0, and I really do need to play Yakuza 0 now, so I'm going to be stealing your copy, I'm afraid. Thank you very much for playing, Hollie, and for talking us through it. Please do comment in this video if you're looking forward to Yakuza 0. Have you played Yakuza before? Is this just the tip of the iceberg? I have like a feeling that it is. Let us know what we're missing out on. Please do like this video if you like this video, and subscribe so you don't miss anything else from the world of PlayStation.